Hi, I'm Elvis Rodriguez, originally from Goa, living in Sydney, Australia. I love to cook and I've been doing this for close to 23 years now, ever since moving to Australia. The main reason is to preserve some of the Goan culture. There's not many Goan restaurants available in Australia and none in Sydney that I know of. So what I will be doing today for you is a quintessential Goan weekend or a celebration meal. Something that's hard to find in Australia at least. It's Pomfret. They're not available locally. It's sort of a luxury item now as well, as far as I know, in Goa, because they're hard to find. So I am very blessed to get a hold of not just one but four of these. What I will be doing today is two different styles of fish fry that we do. One is called Reshad Masala, which is commonly available in most restaurants and homes, and the other is a very simple rava fry with basic sort of ingredients. So with the Reshad Masala, I've got a small portion here. I'll have a separate video on how to make it. It mainly has a lot of Kashmiri chilies, cumin, some cloves, ginger garlic, and a lot of vinegar. So that's mainly going to be a filling into my pomfret, and the other one would be a very simple, plain, commonly available masalas from your pantry. So that's turmeric, Kashmiri chilies, some soaked tamarinds. Again, I'm blessed to actually have these tamarinds from Goa. The quality is much better than what we get locally here, and some salt. So going back to the fish itself, there's two styles of cooking the fish. So normally the filling is done using reshad, so there's a slit normally down on the top portion of the pomfret. You find them on either side, so that's used as a way to sort of fill up the fish with the masala, and the other ones is just slits along the top part of the fish. I pretty much used all of this. It was cleaned and gutted by the person that I bought this from. So the first one is the pomfret filling. So I'll just take small portions of this. Depending on your spice levels, you could keep it simple and less masala, or you could put more of it depending on your taste. So this goes on either side. I normally have a bit of salt added to this masala, but if you like, I prefer having a little more salt. I'll add the salt on top as well as I do each of the fish. So let me just firstly stuff each one right to the insides and spread it out as evenly as I can. So you see it's going right through. Every inside of the pomfret is going to be stuffed with it. So this is a lime from the garden. So what you do is, this again is to just seal in some of the extra flavors. So you apply the lemon across both sides of the fish. So even some of the smells that you would typically get in the fish, not that the pomfret smells too much, it's probably one of the ones that smell a little less. This helps in neutralizing that smell. So that's your masala for the fish done. The second style of marinating a fish is using very simple masalas. So first, some turmeric. This is about 2.5 teaspoons. 2.5 teaspoons of the Kashmiri chilies, and then you have the soaked tamarind. So what you do with this is just grab some whole tamarind, you soak it in boiled water, leave it away for about 15 minutes, and then what you will get is this portion here, which is a thick sort of liquid from the tamarind. So mix that up. If you do not have tamarind, the other option is for you to use lemon as well. So that's another way of doing it. You then add a bit of salt. I would add about, to fish, about a teaspoon of salt. And then you blend it. So this is your base masala. For the salt, what I will do is add a little lemon as well on top, just to keep it a little of a runny consistency. That's pretty much it, and if you like, you can add extra chili to make it a little more spicy. So after that, you just dunk in your fish. So as simple as that. Again, if you want to add some more salt, you can, and then you just mix it up to evenly coat. Just make sure you apply it evenly across the entire fish. And for those that don't like your hands stained, which you can do at times, just make sure you either use a glove or you wash your hands straight away. Two versions of fish fry that are done in Goa. After this, we will cut over to actually frying it. So frying, what we use is traditionally rava or semolina, but for some reason you don't have access to semolina, you could also use breadcrumbs. Not a suggested options because breadcrumbs burn fairly quickly, so semolina does withstand a little high temperatures, which allows the fish to cook better. These are the two versions, and the next step we'll do is fry the fish. Okay, next what we are going to do is fry the fish. For that, you've got your pre-marinated fish. What we're going to use is rava. So the ones I use is a coarse rava. Get the option of two. One's fine and coarse. Coarse helps to stick better to the fish and also gives it a better crunch and cooks a little slower than the fine one. So what we're going to do next is apply the coating on the fish. First, coat the fish. All you do is place it in the rava. Nothing too scientific about it. And you do it individually for most fish. Some people do like to use a bit of egg on it. I prefer not to, but you can have the option to apply a little bit of egg if you wish to. So that's what you keep doing. Take each of those portions individually, one at a time. Cover it evenly, and that should give you a nice crunch at the end of it. For the pomfret, we do the same technique. We just dunk the fish in, make sure it is fully covered, so pat it really well, and you could do it twice, preferably once on each side, but if it's not evenly coated, you can obviously bring it across. Don't be too stressed about it overcoating it, and the more the coating the better, because the fish will be crunchy. Don't forget the corners as well, where the filling is, so that should seal in the masala well into the fish. That's it. And the next step will be frying the fish. The thing we're going to do is fry the fish. So I'm going to start off with the plain rava fry because the reshada is going to leave a lot of the masalas on and don't want to overpower the simpler masala. So I'm going to fry that first. So a bit of oil onto your pan. I'm using sunflower, we use avocado, canola, whatever choice, oil of choice. I haven't added too much of oil, just enough to fry the fish. So I'll let this heat for a minute. This is at about 7, the setting of 7 on an induction. To be on high heat on a gas flame. So you now individually place your fish. And you may need to add oil. The type of oil I would have had preferred using also is the coconut oil. High temperature as well as the flavors are really good. So if you have an option of cooking using coconut oil, please do so. Then flip the fish when it's cooked on the other side. And likewise, you let it cook for a bit, and then you have to the other section fried as well. So similar to the rava fry, we'll now cook the pomfret rechado. So again, oil of your choice. I'm using sunflower oil. So your previously marinated fish, you then place it on a pan on high heat. This obviously will take longer than your simple rava fry because it's the full fish. So you lift this on. If you're using induction, leave it at about 6 and allow it to cook. Not keep tossing the fish, let it cook on one side before you flip it. So I would say at medium to high heat for about 6 minutes on each side. So while the pomfret is cooking, I've just presented the plain masala fry. I'll just put it on a bed of onions. You can put whatever salad of choice. So I've got some onion, tomato, carrots and lemon. You can use this lemon if you like to squeeze it on top. This fried fish goes well with dal. It could go well with fish curry, and I'll have some of those recipes included in my other videos. Enjoy! So here's your final product. This is the simple pomfret rava fry. Enjoy! I'll flip the pomfret, the whole pomfret over to cook on the other side. So you can see it's got a nice crust on top, and you can flip it another time if you wish to, but that crust that you see would mean that the fish has cooked through. So you now let the other side of the fish cook. What you could do is just top up the oil because it has absorbed a lot of the oil. Just going back to what I was saying earlier, it's better to use semolina instead of breadcrumbs because the breadcrumbs would burn through. Alright, so here's your masala rechad fried pomfret. So I've cooked it on both sides. It's got a nice crunch on top with the filling on the inside. You can serve it with some greens as well as before eating you could squeeze in the lemons on it. Normally in Goa we have it with a bit of onion, tomatoes and some lemon, and that's what it looks like. Enjoy. Product: pomfret rechad rava fry. You can eat this with dal or a fish curry with rice, or you can have it with chapatis. You can have it with a glass of beer as well as an entree, and a salad with onions, tomatoes and lemon. Enjoy, and I hope you liked the two recipes I've shared today. I will have the recipes for the rechad masala in a separate video. So enjoy, and I hope you can make this as part of your meal. And if there's any Goans out there, continue the culture and the cooking and put a smile to people's faces. Thank you. Bye.